The world produces 3.5 million tons of garbage every day, and that number is increasing. What's being done about it, or not, is the subject of a recent report in the Washington Post called Drowning in Garbage. Reporter, photographer Kadir van Lohuizen traveled to 6 major cities around the world to chronicle the problem of too much trash. I spoke with him earlier via Skype from Amsterdam. In a nutshell, you went to all these different places around the world. What did you learn?
Well, I learned that it's pretty dramatic. I mean, the whole project came about because I was working in the Pacific on some remote islands. I saw there so much, specifically plastic on the beaches, which was definitely not from there, that I started to research where this was actually coming from. And at the same time, I realized that I myself, I didn't really know anymore. You know, I put my garbage back on the curbside. It's being collected by a garbage truck, but what happens after? I had no clue, actually. So, you know, especially in the Western part of the world, trash is often invisible, and it's just stunning how much we produce.
You know, you took some photographs and some video, including some drone footage, look like in Jakarta, and it is not invisible there. I mean, these are mountains of trash that people are going across, and you know, and it's hard to even fathom that there's this many people walking across this much trash.
Yeah, what was remarkable is often we assume, you know, I mean, cities like Jakarta, Lagos in Nigeria, where it's much more visible than in the US or Europe, that they produce a lot because we consider it to be dirty. You see people on these huge landfills, garbage belts, working and living. Actually, the opposite is true. I mean, New York is the #1 waste producer in the world. There's no city in the world which produces more than New York City. 15 times more actually than Lagos, which is about the same size in terms of population. And these people who work on these garbage belts, you know, it looks very apocalyptic, it looks scary. But working there, I understood actually how organized this is. And actually those people became kind of a heroes because those people are actually the ones who pick up plastic, textile, paper, and they sell it for recycling.
When you say that in Europe, a huge chunk of this trash is actually burned, and that can't be necessarily good for air quality.
No, it's not necessarily. You know, I mean, I've been in the incinerator in Amsterdam, and I've been in an incinerator in Pennsylvania. I would say there's a big difference. I think the one in Amsterdam has a much better filtering system, so it's supposed to be more environmental friendly and also more friendly to your health. What I've seen in the US is that many are very outdated and are very dangerous. Not to mention what all gets burned, because like Tokyo, which is probably the best example of all the cities I've been, there are 24 incinerators actually in the city itself. They claim that they are completely clean. I don't know if that's completely true. But what is true is that people in Tokyo, they separate a lot of their waste. So what goes into the incinerator is mostly organic. And that's obviously a big difference if you burn organic or you start to burn plastics.
So our trash changes as we develop. I mean, the more developed we are, the more electronics and packaging it seems that we're throwing away.
Yeah, I mean it goes up with the welfare. So you know we definitely produce a lot more than we did 10, 20, 30 years ago. Usually, if people are higher on the social ladder, they produce more. In the US, it might be a bit different also, just because of the fast food industry.
All right, Kadir van Lohuizen from Noor, the photo agency doing this for the Washington Post, called Drowning in Garbage. Thanks so much.
You're very welcome.